CRL East qualifiers rages on. Winners finals, the rematch from last week where the Saints got sent home early. St. Clair College taking on Seton Hall University. As I just mentioned, these two teams, they clashed last week. I believe a couple of those games went to overtime. Seton Hall, though, edged things out 3-1. And now, what will round two have in store?
Stokely, Tone, and Froze back on the pitch. This is a 1-to-1 rematch from last week. Same rosters from both sides here. Tone tries to get in close on the net there. Froze with the follow-up. Leaves it out to Ramen in the corner. That high up towards Spoods. That's not going to be good, though. Tone right in front of the net there for that save. And so far, we've got some slow starts as Ramen comes in from the skies with an angle that just cannot be matched.
Yeah, great play by Christian. Froze had a great idea to try to chip that ball away, but Ramen, right place, right time, and great job to make that adjustment, turn that car sideways, ends up finding that first goal of the game. St. Clair, long series ahead of them, but always nice to see you starting out like that. Oh,
I mean, Seton Hall just came off of a 3-1 match up against University of Guelph. St. Clair coming up from a 3-1 match against Auburn University. Navy there, both of these teams have now dropped games today. Going to be interesting to see who really comes out on top. Or these teams have really made adjustments against each other, specifically coming in from last week's series there.
Yeah, circling this bracket the day before, like 2 days ago, I think Seton Hall and St. Clair were technically projected to be the top 2 or 3 teams in the bracket. So theoretically, this was always a collision course that was bound to happen, and a collision with the ball sends it rocketing into that top corner. A little bit of a miscue there from Seton Hall, but if you're St. Clair, you're going to take that one nonetheless. Just couldn't get that angle. Unlucky for Seton Hall, but 3:37 left to play. They got a lot of time to make up for it.
I mean, even I thought he had the angle there on that one, but it goes flying into that net. St. Clair College off to a very, very good start for themselves. Off the back of that defender mishap there. Now, demo happens in the crease. Stokely looking to follow up. Spoods, great job to clear that one out towards the sky. Ramen back up from his demo and back right into the net. Sets up towards the middle, but it's back out to the corner. Ramen to follow up on that one. Spoods from the skies. Froze misses it back down. Now we're kind of back to this kind of neutral play here.
Yeah, the one thing the Saints, if you're going to have this 2-goal lead, the only way you're going to lose it quickly is if you let Seton Hall put that pressure on you just like they did last week. They were able to crash the net, create those scrums in the crease, find 4 or 5 cracks at the net, and eventually some of those are bound to make their way through, especially with the team as talented as Seton Hall is across the board. Christian, though, beautiful save, keeping this one still 2-0. That second touch, though, the pass is great. Seton Hall's offense is clicking as far as passing and chances. They just haven't broke through that crease just yet.
Surely, they just can't get that goal to break that goal line right there. They can't get the ball to break the goal line as Tone now kind of just stuck on their own net as things have kind of flipped back in terms of pressure, but Stokely brings it all the way from one net to the other. Carey's going to be good on that one as an air demo comes through from Ramen. Spoods ready to follow up on this one. Tone so good at getting themselves in there and shutting down that ball, especially while their teammate is down, while they're going to be out of the play for just a little bit. Over towards that left side to Tone. Spoods, the one on the defense here, gets proactive with it. He sends it out towards that middle. Stokely.
Wow. Seton Hall going for that bump clear out. A little bit of a miscue there. Spoods and Christian got a little bit tangled up for a second. Seton Hall, though, you can tell they realize they have to get these goals. Time not of the essence on their side. They have 1:35 to make up this deficit. They've had a lot of chances. They've been spending a lot of time in this blue side as well. They've been trying to keep this ball in there as long as possible. Try to make the Saints make a mistake. Try to catch one of them off guard on a weird angle. Spoods not able to make a play on that ball. That one's creeping toward the net. Not going to find that one, though. Now Tone going to be the one to play it, looking for that angle. Beautiful challenge there by Christian. Can Ramen cut the angle? Going to be able to get that angle, but the ball going to be saved. Nonetheless, the Saints are going to buy themselves at least a little bit of breathing room.
That Froze was right up on him there for that defense. Ramen thought he had that breakaway locked down. Now, 1 minute left, though. Seton Hall, you got to find a goal in this next 10-15 seconds, or else you are going to run out of time here in game 1. Saints know this exactly. They're going to be trying to move in towards this other side here, try to clear this ball out as long as possible. And Saints are happy with that clear from Stokely. Let the time run. 35 seconds now. Saints have all but won this game.
Yeah, the Saints are more than happy to let these long drives kind of go each opposite corner of the net there. Takes 5-10 seconds out of each one of those long drives. Now, the Saints just kind of sitting on the ball. No need to rush the play. Seton Hall, though, they get to rush in, and they're going to find that first goal. Now, 21 seconds left to make it up. It's going to come down to the kickoff and maybe 2 or 3 solid chances after that. And we could be either on the verge of overtime or St. Clair with the 1-0 lead.
Going to come down to these 20 seconds here as kickoff happens. The timer starts. 20 seconds on the clock. A wide clear from the Saints. Bring it out to Tone. Spoods thinks he has that angle to snipe it out, but Stokely right there on the ball. This is it. Will the double touch be good? It's out to the corner. 5 seconds left. This game not over yet, but Seton Hall, their one chance miss. Will this be it? No, the last chance. The ball touches the ground, and game 1 is going to be going over to the Saints there in 2-1 fashion.
And what a close ending to that game. Seton Hall was right there, and they are going to double up the Saints shots as well. So you could tell they had a ton of time in that offensive zone. They were finding chance after chance. The Saints either shut the door or stopped at least that chance before it became 3, 4, 5 extra chances. But that 1-0 lead, definitely going to feel nice.
That 1-0 lead, it's what takes the game in the end. When it comes down to the wire like that, when the time starts to run away from these teams, every goal counts. As we move into game 2, Tone looking to get aggressive with it off the start. Christian's going to be the one to meet him in the corner. Look at Stokely on that angle.
Ooh.
There it is, though, off the post.
Yeah, very, very close attempt earlier right away. Seton Hall picking up where they left off. They're going to find that demo on Christian as well. Decent shot there far side. Not going to be found, though, by Tone. Spoods going to be that first man on D, trying to see if he can cycle this ball. Rahman going to get bumped up a little bit inside of that Saints net as well. Seton Hall, such a good job pressuring and crashing and just cycling this ball. They did it last week too, but they are just so good at it. The Saints, they're going to have to find some answer if they want sustainable success again.
Yeah, it's going to be up for them to make this happen. After game 1, Seton Hall now, you know, you can talk about last week, but now you've got that fresh read on the play from game 1. Now you're going to be able to shut this down much more than they were. I mean, keep in mind, they had double the shots of the Saints. Seton Hall, they're shutting down the offense from the Saints. It was just those 2 shots that they had, those 2 goals that were able to connect were just so crucial into the end of that game. And then it just became rock solid defense. The Saints, sometimes when you've got all 3 Saints in net there, it's impossible to get that ball through.
Yeah, the only problem is when there's 3 of them in net, they kind of like to give up a lot of shots. And while they do a good job saving all those shots, you don't want to have to take all those shots as well. You want to try to find those goals. And luckily last game, they did have that 2-0 lead. They did have a little bit of room to play around. Very dangerous, but they're going to pinch that one back the other way. Potentially would have been a goal if it was a little more on target, but either way, that's going to buy them some breathing room. Going to make Seton Hall reset here, at least for the moment. Minute and a half through this game, too. A lot more even of a game than we saw that first time. Oh my goodness, Rahman. It didn't even look possible, and he finds a way. He scrapes that one off the ceiling and drags it right down into that Seton Hall net. Look at a beautiful play. Stokely, no chance he could have ever thought Rahman was going to make a play on that ball.
Yeah, beautiful follow-up on that one, right? What looked like we were about to see a possession change. Rahman gets their tires right on the wall there beside the net and is able to just squeak in for that tap above Stokely's head too. Like you said, Stokely, no chance you're ready for that one.
Yeah, I don't even know what universe you would prepare to be ready for someone to, on top of your head, above the backboard, off that angle. Oh, they're going for the bump and the clear out, and it's not needed. The distraction is all it takes from Spoods. 2 on the board for Rahman, back-to-back goals there. Great job by Spoods there, making Tone play Twister in the crease there, and no chance to stop that one. Now the Saints going to increase this lead. Still 3 minutes to play, though, against a very, very dangerous team.
It's like as we come deeper and deeper into this bracket, the Saints almost forced to make even flashier, even more complex plays to try and break down these defenses. And man, does it get exciting coming in here. Seton Hall now halfway through this game in game 2. We're here in a best of 5. Seton Hall, you got to make something happen soon.
Oh.
Stokely understands exactly what I'm saying. Tone comes in for the rebound and goes soon? You want soon? How about right now? 2-1 Seton Hall.
Yeah, look at all three Saints members going for that double touch, not able to find the mark on it. Beautiful job of cycling that ball by Seton Hall, waiting for that perfect chance. They find just that, and a mere 20 seconds or so later, they find their first one of this game. Just similar to what we saw last game, the Saints come out, they have a bit of a hot start. They seem to have the lead. Seton Hall slowly crawls their way back into this one. Second shot's going to be good from that angle, and forget crawling their way back in this one. They are now deadlocked at twos moments later.
It's not a crawl, it's a full-on sprint. And in what, 20 seconds of gameplay, we've got 2 goals coming back through for Seton Hall here in game 2. Tied all right up, about to hit full 2s across the scoreboard. There it is. Someone catch that freeze frame coming in. Christian following up from the skies. Stokely, can he get the double touch? No, he can't.
Wow.
Spoods, I don't think either of those defenders, Spoods nor Ramen, would have been in the right position to save that one, but the touch not going to be good from Stokely now. Christian, Spoods, and Ramen maybe can make some kind of clear out into the Seton Hall zone. 2 defenders fly past them, but taking a little bit too much time to set it up. All 3 now set up in the net. From the skies, we've seen this before. Spoods to follow up. Ramen, can you be number 3? Froze to touch that one. Onan Froze cleared out into the corner.
Yeah, now it's on Christian to try to hold serve here in the corner. 2 members of Seton Hall, though, going to double up, take that one away. Now Ramen back the other way, trying to see if he can find Christian. Going to be centered for Ramen. Looks like Tone going to get there just to get a piece of that one in time. Now Stokely playing that one up toward the air. Spoods going to be the first one there, trying to challenge. Ball careening back toward that midsection. Now Ramen going to be there for the follow. One of these Seton Hall members looks like they're going to be ready for that challenge. Ball going to kick back to that midsection. Now Spoods going to be on the retreat here on this back foot. That corner boost going to get taken away by Seton Hall. The Saints, you have to find a way to relieve this pressure and get this ball out. The last couple times, it's spelled disaster for them down here.
Stokely tries to get that ball in the net. It's not going to work out. A minute left. Both of these teams, since those 2 goals from Seton Hall, it's been back to this deadlock of back and forth ping pong with the occasional quality shot opportunity, but saves are just going to come through regardless of the team in net there. Froze starting this play off, though, with a demo onto Christian. Spoods clears himself out of the defensive side. He's waiting to try and make this play, waiting around half to clear this one out. Christian out to the middle towards Ramen, and he follow it up with Tone in the corner there. Tone's going to be get the car on the ball. Now back over to Saints side.
Oh, very dangerous play there. That ball kicking around very close to that blue net. Now Ramen and Spoods both going for the ball there. Might be a little bit of gap in the Saints defense, but Christian being very, very smart. They're holding that back line just in case anything was going to happen. And now single-digit seconds remaining in regulation. Can either one of these teams find 1 or 2 last cracks at this one? Try to avoid overtime at all costs. More than likely, though, overtime is where we shall travel. Yet again, we saw a couple overtime games last week. Wouldn't be CRL qualifier winner finals without a nice game of overtime.
I mean, we've made it this far without one. We had to expect it eventually. And when you get 2 teams that are neck and neck like this, 2 teams with now a history behind them, a grudge match being played out right now, nobody's going to give away anything for free. Here we are in overtime, 2-2. 22 seconds into overtime. The save is good from Tone. Looked like we were almost going to be done with this game, but Tone saves the game and possibly wins it for the team, but just can't follow up on that one. You just see that 0 boost in the corner. No more speed to be grabbed for him. Stokely can't follow up on this ball either, but Froze can. Sends it out towards the center. Gonna have to be cleared out by this team here, but Tone opting to use all of that boost to just keep this play in the team's hands. All 3 defenders back towards the net here. Either team be making crazy aggressive plays here. It's just by the book Rocket League so far.
Yeah, no, you can tell both of these teams are kind of scared to make that mistake. They both want to go get that goal, but the mistakes can be made. The counterattack is too damn strong. Seton Hall, they press their foot on the gas. The Saints find that chink in the armor, and they exploit it. They got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and that will be a 2-0 lead for the Saints. Now sitting on match point, 1 game away from exacting revenge, taking this winner's finals, but there is still more Rocket League yet to be played.
2-0 now match, or 2-1 match point now. And I mean, these teams just never want to give up a goal like
Never.
that. You know, the classic Rocket League is, yes, you get into overtime and it's a goal like that that ends the game, but in a series so important like this, we're talking about now 2-0 match point coming through. I mean, this is grand finals CRL qualifiers on the line. The loser of this series is going to have to trudge through another team back down in that loser's bracket and then move back for presumably a rematch up against the victor.
Yeah, now we see a couple seconds into this game now. Curious to see how this game is going to play out compared to the last two. I mean, these two teams, as you said, they seem to be pretty much coin flip. Whoever's better on the day of these two teams could easily walk away with the win. Seton Hall, they were in that spot last week. The Saints trying to flip the script now. They're doing a very good job of getting this early pressure. Seton Hall, the thing they thrive the most in is that pressure, is those volume shots. The Saints either exploit it on that counterattack or eliminate the pressure by creating your own kind of front-facing pressure here and see how long you can go and keep this net, or keep this ball out of the net, rather.
Christian calls this ball in all the way into the corner. Stokely tries to make that clear. Spoods, this car on the ball, though, can actually keep this in this zone for a while now. Minute into this game, and we're still seeing this pressure being put on Seton Hall's defense here. Spoods follows up on this ball once again. Spoods resetting this pressure over and over, resetting the flips as well. Can't forget about that one. Christian back towards the middle. Tone flips right under him. Still in this orange zone. 15 seconds passed once again. Stokely now finally got their hands on this ball and can make a real play here. Spoods says, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, maybe not quite yet. They're the Saints. They're not, they want a little more time in that orange zone. They spent enough time looking at that blue net. They want to try to get this thing back the other way. Christian and Spoods, though, looking for that second touch off the backboard. Maybe ran out of boost there. Had to abort that mission mid-air, though. Now Froze waiting on this left side wall, seeing if he can find a pass, get that ball going to the net for anyone. Spoods going to collide with the teammate there. Ball at least takes a friendly bounce to that other side, though. Now Christian, can he take it all the way? That ball going to be denied just above that crossbar. Rahman, next one up, waiting for that ball. Not going to be able to make a play, though. Froze trying to crash this net. This is where Seton Hall makes all their money, is crashing this net, getting these blue cars piled up. So the Saints, phenomenal job so far clearing it whenever it gets there.
Yeah, it's like the second you see like a 1-2-3 rebound play, and Seton Hall, yes, they have made kind of a risky play with 3 players committing towards that net, but 99% of the time we've seen it end in a Seton Hall goal.
Yeah, it's not like calculated aggression where it's like, well, we know we're taking a big risk, but we're confident that it's going to work out in our favor. We know where we're going to be playing. We know how this is going to look. Now they're still trying to put this pressure, keeping this ball cycling around the Saints. Been a very back and forth game. Both teams spending a lot of time in each other's zones with not a lot of scoring chances.
Yeah, it's not even that they're peppering shots either. Not many shot chances, not many scoring chances, just straight up corner to corner, battle it out in the corner, clear it out, get it cleared off your hood like that, and right back to another corner. Stokely tries to follow that one up. Spoods with a good angle, but it's not going to be enough. Froze great on that save. Rahman tries to follow up with a rebound, but can't do it. Stokely, big clear. Can anyone follow this one up? It's Rahman there. Tone, that's a good angle. A little bit too high on that crossbar and cleared out. Spoods on the chase on this ball. Can that be number 1? Yes, it will. What a play there. St. Clair College 1-0 in the game, breaking that donut deadlock there on the scoreboard.
And this is how you beat Seton Hall. You counterattack, you play into their strengths of their pressure. Seton Hall, they have a style. They like the pressure. They like to get volume chances, but this is a strategy that even with the best of teams, you are going to leave. You're going to be exposed in certain areas. You're going to leave a hole or two in the defense, and the Saints have done so good exploiting that hole, finding that goal now in this critical Game 3. Now, though, can they find the insurance policy? Spoods gonna have the individual effort, the slow roller, the save made by Tone. He beat the first defender, wasn't able to bring that one home though. And now this ball still kicking around in that orange zone. The Saints, second, third attempt, not gonna be good. Now, Spoods, is he gonna go for the shot? But you have to be careful, you have to watch the defense. It only takes the same way you scored on Seton Hall. You could find yourself in that exact same predicament. You have to be careful. Only 65 seconds left to play, though, in this game. The Saints are still trying to push for the second goal.
Yeah, sometimes Saints got to regroup at that net, move on to the defense, but hasn't been too much in these last 2 minutes. Christian, follow-up second goal in the game, looking to close out this series 3-0. This is a revenge match for the century. This St. Clair Saints team done with losing to Seton Hall after last week, after some long overtime in the Game 5 series. They are going to come down and try to move in to the rest of this game, try to make this 3-0, and it's looking like that, especially if Christian's gonna make it a hat trick. Christian, is there a personal vendetta being like worked out in this game here? I mean,
yeah, Christian took it personally. We can hear him getting hype over there on the stage as well. Christian, he has had such a good day of gameplay, and by far this game 3 has been the most complete game the Saints have played. They overcame their demons of one of their biggest flaws is dealing with pressure. They struggled immensely with it last week, especially against Fisher and Seton Hall. They seem to have overcome at least some of those demons. Everybody has gotten on the board today. Rahman has played some of his best Rocket League I've ever seen him play. It feels like everything is kind of clicking at the right time. But that being said, 25 seconds left. I won't quite write off this game just yet out of respect for Seton Hall, but in all likelihood, the Saints are going to be one series away off tasting that sweet, sweet CRL spot. They will overcome Seton Hall in 3-0 fashion, and they will await that loser's bracket to wrap up to see who will be meeting them for one of those final CRL spots this season.
Yeah, and I think there's a key thing with this new kind of version of this Saints roster here. I know very familiar faces, obviously, but, you know, these 3 specifically together are going to be a new roster here, and as coming through, now we're in this second CRL qualifier, I'm already seeing it's almost like this team has set roles, and I think that's something that the Saints roster has, you know, they've had kind of the things, their strengths that these players are good at, but this team plays like there's almost set roles. Like they picked a character and are sticking to that. Even though it's Rocket League and everyone's even, it's, you know, they play exactly like that. And as the team kind of slowly meshes together, you see it just working, and throughout the series, it only gets slicker.
Yeah, you can see these guys are getting a lot more synergistic as these weeks go on. They're getting a really good read on each other. They bought into the system. They all know, exactly. They know their role. They know how they should play. They're not going to try to be that solo hero. They don't need to carry the team. That's not how you're going to win games consistently. That's especially not how you're going to win in CRL and CCA in these higher echelon leagues as well. But that being said, I think we are going to have a bit of a longer break this time. Not sure exactly how long, so stay tuned to either Twitter updates or the stream. Yeah, it'll be 5 or 6 matches of Rocket League, letting these last couple rounds play out. But grand finals, St. Clair Saints will await the winner of that loser's bracket spot on CRL on the line here right after the break.